How to knit the Roman stitch. English style, left-handed. To download written instructions for this stitch pattern, visit newstitchaday.com/K525. For this tutorial, you'll need the following materials: a pair of knitting needles and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we're using their Lion's Pride Woolspun, available exclusively at Michael's Craft Stores, in the color Cranberry. For this stitch, you'll need to know the following techniques: knit, purl. To begin this stitch, you must cast on in multiples of 2. Row 1. Beginning on the right side of our work, we are going to knit all stitches. Row 2. After you've reached the end of your row and you've turned your work, we'll begin row 2. So we're going to start by purling the first stitch. So we're going to keep the working yarn in front of our work as we insert our working needle into the stitch purlwise. We'll work that stitch as normal, and then we're going to purl every stitch all the way across until the end of the row. Row 3. After we've finished our row and turned our work, we're going to start row 3 by knitting the first stitch, and then we will knit each stitch all the way across until the end of the row. Row 4. After we've turned our work, we'll begin row 4 by purling the first stitch, and then we'll purl each stitch all the way across until the end of the row. Row 5. After we've finished our row before on row 4 and turned our work, we are going to start row 5 by knitting 1. This is going to begin our repeat. Then we're going to purl 1, and that will finish our repeat. So we're going to continue knitting 1 and purling 1 all the way across until the end of the row. Row 6. After we've finished our previous row and turned our work, we're going to start by purling 1, and this will begin our repeat. Then we're going to knit 1, and this will finish our repeat. So we'll continue purling 1 and knitting 1 all the way across until the end of the row. So we're going to repeat rows 1 through 6 until you've reached your desired length. And that's how you knit the Roman stitch. After a few repeats, your pattern should look like this.
Hey, I'm Johnny Vasquez, founder of New Stitch A Day and your teacher for this tutorial. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn from us. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, we produce new content every single day, hence New Stitch A Day. You can click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single stitch. And if you click one of the links to the side here, you can see the previous stitch in our series or the next stitch in our series. And if you click this link, you'll be able to see one of my favorites. And don't forget, you can also download a PDF with the written instructions for this tutorial by clicking or using the URL link that's on the screen. Again, I want to thank you so much for learning with us, and I hope that we've helped make your knitting and crochet skills a little bit better today. Yarn on!